Olena is a volunteer with the non-profit Nova Ukraine, helping those still in Ukraine. She joins me now from Kyiv. This is a growing issue, isn't it? These communities that are literally trapped and they're virtually impossible to help. You can't get in there.
Yes, exactly. It's a big issue because since the beginning of the war, we often have the problem that we have the resources and we have the money, but we can't get them to the people that need it.
In terms of those in eastern Ukraine, this utter sense of doom that things are going to get so much worse in eastern Ukraine, have you been able to prepare to help them ahead of the onslaught?
Yes, we're doing our best. We're trying to help people evacuate whenever possible. And there are also volunteers in place that are trying to help. Obviously, it's not, it's pretty dangerous. So not everything we would like to do can be done.
What are some examples of some stories that you've heard from people that the wider world needs to hear about to really sort of understand the needs that you have? Obviously, the world is engaged within this, but you're still asking for more support, aren't you, in terms of aid?
Yes, of course. The problem is that the war is ongoing, so it's not like we are already at some end point. So the need grows every day. For example, with the liberation of cities in Kyiv region, we have a lot of people who are just without basic needs, like without food, water, electricity, obviously medical help. And these are new needs that come up every day.
We're seeing images of the destruction in Mariupol. What are you hearing about the situation there? Because that's at the most extreme end of what you're dealing with.
Yes, it's the most extreme point in Ukraine, and unfortunately, we get very little information because there are problems with any type of contacts there. They're without, obviously without internet, without mobiles. We get information from people who manage to get out there somehow, but in recent days and weeks, it's very difficult. So.
And you will obviously be able to get in there eventually, one hopes. Are you concerned that people around the world are, getting some fatigue with what they're seeing in Ukraine and are offering less help because it's too much to take almost over such a long period of time?
Definitely. And that's what I said to a lady that interviewed me at the beginning of the war, that one of the problems in our situation is that people get tired and we can become this, yesterday's news that is no longer of interest. And
what are the newer needs that you're facing right now that they may not be aware of?
I'm afraid there is nothing new about it. Main needs are medicines. Obviously, we're not talking about military aid. It's not what our nonprofit deals with because of United States legislature. But main needs are basically the same: medications, foods, obviously help to the refugees, help with evacuations. So the things that actually save lives, they sound pretty simple, they sound obvious, but they're not so obvious to people who don't have access to them. You know how it is.
Yeah.
We don't see air until we don't have it.
Very basic stuff, isn't it? Olena, thank you very much just for giving us the insight. Even if things haven't changed, you still have a growing need. Thank you.